Good afternoon. This is Jerry Ferguson, your professor, and I've completed the assignment of the team work or study group assignments for this course. I've just posted a announcement which reconfirms the information I've put into the classroom. You can see it on your screen currently, which reflects the membership of the 4 teams for this group. Just to clarify, these teams are study groups, not homework groups, which means that you can discuss the activities, the discussions for the week. You can discuss the assignments in great detail, and there's nothing wrong with you even sharing your assignment with your coworkers for their feedback, as long as the final submission homework is your own work. So these are study groups that allow you to discuss concepts, strategies on your project, and the narrative that you're going to use for the purposes of your assignment. But you do your work individually. Because of the confusion of some as far as how to find these, I was going to just navigate and show you where you'll use these study group activities to get credit. Okay, so we're currently in the announcement section of the classroom, and by going up underneath the course menu in this fashion and going down to discussion forum, you'll be brought to the traditional discussion forum that you're used to in the program. For the purposes of this new platform that they've created, there's a slight modification as far as the way in which you'll discuss as teams. So this is the forum that we have been utilizing this week and that you'll be posting in throughout the balance of week 1. And if you notice, there's not a forum for week 2. That's because you'll be using week 1 and 2 in your discussion groups to do homework. But if you then proceed to slowly move down the discussion forum, you'll notice that at the bottom of the forum, you have group discussion rooms. And they have pre-created for us a number of rooms for what they felt would be the need of how many teams there would be. And unfortunately, I cannot modify this format to make it clear to you which one goes for each team. So what I've done is I've tried to compensate for that in the following fashion. Let's first look at what you've got down here. If you notice, there's a team 1 or week 1 assignment for study work for the one team. And if you notice, it can keep going down the page. There's a number of these same 1.4s or 1-4 assignments. That's because they pre-created one of these for all the possible number of teams there might be in a class. Well, in our case, we only have 4. So let me span back up to the top here. I'm sorry for the dizziness. I'm trying to make this a short recording. So here's the very first thread in the discussion group forum. So if you click on that forum, what you're going to find is that I've already created a thread in this forum to indicate who team 1 is. And if you open that up, it tells you right here who makes up team 1. So that means that in the week 1 forum, this is the discussion forum that team 1 will use for their team discussion. So you would then post your new messages here just like you do in any other forum, but these would be for your team only. This is where you'll get credit for your team assignments, not in your team discussion, not up under the general discussion. And the same will be true for every team. So as I go back to the discussion section, and I navigate down again to the team discussions, and I reach that area where we have multiple ones, okay? If you notice, if I go down to number 2, this is the second in the discussion forums in week 1, and open that. Similarly, you'll find another thread in which this is discussion team 2. It's the second post, so it's the second team. And I've listed also under this thread the members of the team 2, just to remind you, and there are 4. I've just added a 4th one to this team. So this is where in week 1, team 2 will post. Team 3 and 4 will find that the 3rd and 4th thread in this team discussion area or group discussion area, that's team 1, team 2, Here under Team 3, you'll find the list of the 3 team members, and under the 4th one, you'll find the one for Team 4. And this is where you will go and do your team discussions with each other. While other team members can look at your forum, they should not post in your discussion forum. It's only for your team members. There are extra threads for other teams, but we didn't need them. But as you proceed down the page, past this week 1, you'll see that they've then done a week 2. So when we go into week 2 next Monday, you'll again come here. The very first one will be Team 1. The second one is Team 2. The third one is Team 3. And the fourth one is Team 4. And that will proceed all the way through this course. As you go further down the page, you will come to the week 3 forums, and then the week 4 forums. And there is none in week 5 because you're working on your assignment, and then the final forum for week 6. And again, it'll be the first 4. So this is where you'll find the discussions forum. So each week, you and your team will come to these forums and communicate. Just for clarification, if your team wants to continue communicating in week 5, go ahead and use the week 4 forum and just carry on the dialogue in the week 4 forum as a class. Okay, hopefully that clarifies, or it makes it a little bit easier for you to see where these discussion forums are located. You will find them at the very bottom of the general discussion forum. And as I'm scanning up here and making you dizzy, you will notice that it all falls under this header right here, group discussions. So that's where you come for those group discussion forums. These other forums will be like the traditional class where you will have the discussion forums with the entire class. The other element that I want to cover here, just for the purposes of clarification, and that many of you have ordered your access codes into the discussion workshop and are getting it through the mail and are indicating you may not get it in time to be on time with your week 1 assignments. While I'm required to grade each week as they complete, I will not take off tardy points for students who cannot complete their week 1 assignment in time due to the tardiness of receiving the code to get into the classroom. So if you're one of those students who cannot get into the classroom in time to finish your week 1 assignment, when you post your week 1 assignment, please give me a note indicating that you're late due to the material getting to you late. And I will then not take off points for tardiness for week 1. I will give you till the end of week 2 to become current. That means that you must finish the week 1 assignment and the week 2 assignments by the end of week 2 to avoid losing tardiness points. What you will see is at the end of week 1, you will see a 0 go into the assignment for week 1. That's because I have to indicate that you've not completed it. But as long as you submit the assignment before the end of week 2 and tell me it's because of the lack of material, then I will grade that assignment and not take off points for tardiness, and you'll see the 0 go away. If you have any questions regarding this, drop me an email. I will post this recording immediately, and hopefully this will help you to come up to speed on the way the class processes. Thank you.